G'day, we're the Traders. I'm Roy, I coach Destroy, and I'm here with Warnie.
Coach of the Warn Dogs.
And Calvin.
Coach of Calvin.
Now, we are reviewing all 18 teams in the lead up to the start of the season so you can have a good AFL fantasy team. Today, we are looking at the Doggies.
The Bulldogs. So, we are into those now. The top five, as you can see on your screen there. Number one at the top of the list. The Bulldogs love him, and the Bulldog fans do too, and the fantasy fans are on board. Tom Boyd. Now, Tom Boyd, he obviously came from GWS. He wasn't a great fantasy player up there.
Warn Dog, I've got a stat for you.
Yes.
He never actually scored over 50 fantasy points in a game up there.
And that's why he's so cheap. He's $192,000.
That's legit.
But he's done it already for the Doggies.
Yeah, well,
he did that in his first NAB game. 66 he had against Richmond. Only took him one goal to get there. He's going to be good.
Oh, he's a focal point. He's an absolute gun.
He is a jet.
Yeah.
He is a jet,
So
and he's a
I
monster.
only threw that out there.
Yeah.
He's going to be way better than that.
Another forward that you can get, or you can get him in the forward line because he's forward mid, is Marcus Bontempelli. Now, he was awesome last year. Absolute jet.
Yeah.
And we saw so much great things from
Exciting,
him.
isn't he?
$392,000. He's in 13% of teams. 74, 58 so far in the NAB Challenge. Does he interest you very much?
I think he has to, because with Libba going down, very sad news, but he has to get more midfield time.
He does, doesn't he?
And he looks like a beast. In the games, he's been running through the midfield and he's a strong young kid. Yeah, I'm a big fan. Other popular players from the Doggies there, we've got Joel Hamling, who came from Geelong, 120k mid, probably a heartbeat, hasn't really set the world on fire in the NAB. Who knows if he'll get a game too? That's what we've got to be watching for. Cheap as. Ace Cordy, a ruck forward, $198,000. Don't know, he could be a half.
If he ever lived up to his potential.
Definitely.
Or his cool name.
He's about a 50 type guy though, I think.
Yeah,
so he'll make
okay.
a little bit of coin, but could be a heartbeat for you too on the bench. And ROARKE Smith, he's on the rookie list. People are probably just putting him in the back line as a little bit of a placeholder on the bench. So that's those guys. But there's a lot of guys that I like a lot more than that, who are cheap.
Yeah.
All right, let's start off with my list. Brett Goods, he's also on the rookie list. A couple of years ago, we loved him.
Oh, he was a former member, that's for sure.
He was. He's now 31. He's a bit of a veteran. He averaged 79 in his first year.
Yeah, and he was amazing.
That
Great
was
as a
really
defender.
good.
And has the ability to go to 100.
He
There's
does.
a few defenders that do that.
Twice in that year he went over.
yeah, I
100.
remember him doing
there you
it.
go. So he was good. So if he gets upgraded, they're going to upgrade him with the look to play, with the thought to play.
Surely.
So at 192, he could be better than some of these other guys
Yep.
that we mentioned just before that could be playing. Caleb Daniel Calvin, he's a little fella.
He's a little man.
He wore a lid too.
Yeah, of course he did. Now, he averaged 93 in the under-18s and, 157k as a forward. Sneaky little option.
Yeah, could be. And another one there I like, and Roy talked him up, I think, just about every single week in Roy's Trade Talk last year. Mitch Honeychurch. $179,000 all we have to pay for
Well,
him.
Honeychurch, he's gone 54 and 75 in the first two NAB games, and I like him so much more than some of these bigger name, the forward targets that are, I don't know, they're limited in the way they can score compared to a Honeychurch who has the ability to rack up possessions plus tackle. He tackles a lot.
And he'll be on more of a half 40, be up the ground a little bit more, so more likely to see it a little bit more.
Yeah, he has elevated himself on the back of his last NAB performance right up onto my radar. He's currently in my team. Yep, he's currently on my ground.
All right, now, there was the sad news about Liberatore doing his knees, so opportunity will come for others. And that's what we've got to think of. Find the positives there for the Doggies. Now, Mitch Wallis is someone I was considering during the pre-season because he's so cheap.
How cheap is he?
Yeah,
He's
ridiculous.
$329,000. And he's not talked about a lot in the mix of these mid-price midfielders. We don't like to pick up mid-price midfielders, but he is a chance to be an 85 average.
People
plus.
are fearing the tag.
He's priced at 58. He's priced at 58. That is ridiculous.
When he tags, it limits his scoring dramatically.
Yep.
If he loses that tag, he could break out.
Yeah,
massively.
so there is some risk there with that, with knowing what he's going to do. So that's with him. Now, Jack McRae, Roy, he was awesome last year.
Amazing. So we've missed the boat with his breakout, obviously.
Yes.
Because he averaged about 104 last year. He's an absolute superstar. Can he maintain that? Because if he can, he's arguably worth picking at that price. I think he can actually elevate it again, though, only because some of those massive scores he pumped out not many players in the AFL, even like our recognised premiums, can't pump out those ridiculously massive ones.
And he's a points per minute player.
Yeah.
I remember a game against, I think it was Gold Coast. He came on and he smashed the second half, or even less than that after starting a sub, something like that.
I think he played Geelong.
Geelong, actually.
Come on at half time, and he's had about 70.
Yeah.
It was amazing.
He was huge. So he's up there as well. Now, what about the old man, Matthew Boyd? He is 32 years of age. He has been a fantasy premium for us for the last, a fair chunk of the last decade.
Future Fantasy Hall of Famer?
I think he's got to be in there, in the mix for that. 540k, we're probably saying, that's a fair bit to pay. Average of 95, that's priced at. So, can he get back to these 100-plus days?
Yes. Of course he can.
The thing is with him, is he the guy... Because there was rumours he was going to play off half-back, wasn't it?
Yes, and that excited me a little bit too.
With the potential DPP edition.
Exactly, because at round 6, when we get those new dual position players, he could have defender status, and whatever he averages, even if he only does what he did last year, that will make him one of the top defenders.
But do you think when Libba went down, they said, Boydie, get back off that half-back line?
That's what he's looked like in the NAB.
Work again.
100%. And he's been scoring well in the NAB as well.
Because that's what he does.
That's what he
Put
does.
him in there, and he will score. He'll average 100 this year.
There you go.
Boydie.
So, we're probably a little bit on the fence with a lot of stuff with these doggies. Who is currently sitting in your side at the moment? Cal, we'll start with you.
Okay. Down back, I have, just as a heartbeat, Hamling.
Yeah.
In my forward line now, because you guys have talked me into it, Honeychurch. Maybe Mitch Wallace. Who else have we talked about?
I've got Hamling in my back line, and I've got Honeychurch in my forward line.
Good. Yeah, well, I've still got Tom Boyd sitting there because he's going to be playing.
Yeah.
However, I'm liking the Honeychurch.
Saves a little bit of cash as well.
There's a few grand that could be put in the back pocket and
Good.
fix up the realm of my side. Head to fantasy.afl.com.au to make sure you're signed up and jump on board the Bulldogs League, get in their official league, and take on other Doggies fans.
Woof, woof.